this is Sue from Sue's Paper Creations. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and today I wanted to show you a couple things. I want to create a fabulous fish card here using all the good things stamp set. So if you've been watching lately, I just posted one on using this beautiful bonsai tree, and I'm on a roll. I'm doing the fish one, and then I've got a couple more videos coming up. So if you don't want to miss any, remember to subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing, okay? Today what we're going to do is we're going to actually use some markers. So our Stampin' Write markers carry the same ink that is in our ink pads. I want to remind you guys that you can use these to actually color on your stamp. So I'm going to stamp actually with using the markers. We're going to do some watercolor wash around the fish. I'm going to cut it out using our fabulous layered ovals framelits, and we're going to use the very largest one for that. And we're going to add a little touch of Pool Party Shimmer ribbon. So I hope you guys stay tuned and watch me as I create this beautiful card for you guys, okay? So for this card, I'm actually bringing in my Stamparatus because I find that if I am going to color something with markers and I want to, like on this card here, I want this fish here to be a little bit darker than all the rest of them, then you can do that using your Stamparatus. I'm going to show you how. But I just found for placement, this was really easy. It was part of our Stampin' Barbecues, and people got to come and make cards over the summer. And I wanted to share this for those that, weren't able to come. For those that did, guess what? You can reminisce as you watch this video about the good time that we had. So anyway, here we go. I have got my fish here, my koi fish, and it is a red rubber stamp. So with the Stamparatus, I don't need my foam mat for it. I am going to be using pumpkin pie as my marker. And to color with your markers, what I find is you don't want to go directly on the tip because that will damage the tip. So what I like to do is I like to actually lay the marker on its side a little bit and color that way. So it protects the tip and your markers last longer. Okay, so I love these markers. I use them all the time. I find that for me, they're the #1 marker that I use. We also have our Stampin' Blends, which are amazing for coloring if you love using alcohol markers. Ours are beautiful and come in coordinating sets so that you can blend nicely. But for this sort of thing, Stampin' Write markers are my best friend, okay? So I have done the orange fish. Now I'm going to go in. This is Pacific Point, and I'm going to use this just to go over the wording, just like so. Make sure we got it all. Perfect. Now, because it starts to dry, you guys are going to, my head's going to be in the way here for a second. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to huff on the stamp. And what that does is it just moistens with my breath. It just moistens up all of that ink again, and then I can go ahead and I can stamp it down. So let's see what we got. There we have our beautiful fish. Okay, so I want this fish to be darker because this is a big guy. I want him to be bigger than the little fish. So I'm just going to go in and I'm actually going to go over this fish again. So this is why I wanted to use the Stamparatus for this project. You have the opportunity that if something isn't dark enough, if something wasn't stamped right, you can go over that same area and you can do it again. So now I've added more ink to the fish and I can go in. Let's see, you can see how much darker it is now. Okay, so that is why I was using the Stamparatus for this. You can also see, if there's wording that you think is not quite dark enough, or one word that you want to be slightly darker in there just to kind of stand out. Again, you could do that just with adding a little bit more ink and using the Stamparatus for that. Okay, so there is our big fish. Now I can go ahead, I can take this guy off because I'm all done with my Stamparatus. I'm going to bring in the little koi fish, the baby koi fish, and I'm going to just, again, use my marker because it's out. I mean, I could get out my ink pad, but I've got my marker out here, so I might as well use them instead of bringing everything out. And I'm just going to stamp these little guys around mama fish here. We just put a pond in our backyard, and I'm loving fish right now. Just so cute. So I'm going to do a couple just to kind of round off this card a little bit. And let's see, let's do one kind of coming in here too. Okay, perfect. Okay, so there I've got my fish and I've got my big fish. Now what I'm going to do is, before I do watercoloring, I am going to actually cut out this center piece using my Big Shot and the largest circle out of these layered circle dies, okay, the framelits. These are by far one of my favorite set of framelits. I use them all the time. Get out all my pieces here. I'm going to bring in my magnetic plate. So let's bring it in here. I've got my magnetic plate on here. I am going to use, where are all of my clear plates? Do you know what the problem is? Is that I went and I brought out brand new ones, and because they have no cut marks on them and they're clear, it's like they disappear on my work surface, so I can't even find them. Okay, let me just see what I got here. I'll grab these ones that are at least marked up a little bit. I'm sure I'll find the other ones when I clean up here. Okay, so I'm going to place down my fish, and I'm going to just watch where I line that up. I want to make sure that I don't cut out the words, and I want it fairly centered. I think that'll be good, and I'm going to run that through. There we go. Now, as I am running this through, I want to remind you guys that we are in September, and we have got lots of great things happening in September. For one thing, if you did some shopping in October, I want you guys to remember to use your bonus dollars that you earn. So you would have received, if you placed an order for every $60 that you placed, you would have received bonus dollars. So you would have got a little email with a code in it, and in that, you use that code when you place your order in September, because these dollars are only good in September. You want to use that code, and that will get you $6 off per code that you have. So don't forget to use those, okay? This is actually my current host code for September. I just started another one. So if you when you're placing your order, if you use the current host code, I'll send you a little gift. But don't forget to use those dollar days little emails, the little codes, okay? And this is my Stampin' Up! Online webpage, so you can just go through there and do your shopping, okay? Now, back to our beautiful little fish here. For the watercoloring, I love to use, I'm going to see if you guys can see this or not. I love to use shimmer white paper. Is my paper of choice. It is my favorite white paper that we have got in our catalog. It takes the water so nicely. I'm going to see if I can pull this in so you guys can see the shimmer on here. You see it? Oh, there you go. See that? There we are. See up in the corner? Oh, the light is reflecting and you can see the shimmer. It's like glitter, like built right into the paper. It's amazing. So that's why I love to use this for watercolor. Not only does it take the water really easily and it doesn't rip like your regular Whisper White, it adds shimmer, and who doesn't like shimmer? Okay. So I've got an aqua painter, and I have got some Coastal Cabana ink in here, and I'm just going to add. This is left over from our Stampin' Barbecue, so I'm just going to add a little water just to kind of wake it up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just start adding a little bit of water just around these beautiful fish. So this is where you get to be creative, use as little or as much water as you want. And the more water that you add, of course, the lighter that blue is going to be. But I love to just freehand this around the fish. I just think it gives it a really kind of whimsical look to it. And it kind of frames the fish in nicely. So I'm going to add some blue all around. And I love how when... I love just kind of dropping some in different spots, because when it dries, you get kind of that pooling effect. See how you get the nice kind of watercolor marks on the paper? So that is going to be the frame. And then I'm going to go around my little saying here and around this beautiful fish, just like so. Just like fish in real life, when you're watching them, as we have found in the backyard, we find it's very therapeutic. Well, guess what? So is this watercoloring things. I find is very therapeutic too. Okay, I'm doing kind of a quick job for you guys here, but you get the idea, okay? And it doesn't matter how much, how dark. It's like you can't go wrong with watercolor. It always looks beautiful, okay? Now I am going to partner this up with Coastal Cabana for the back, and that just kind of blends in our watercolor, and we're gonna bring in our snail. So I think that the water didn't go through too much. It should be fine. You know, if I was doing this and not doing the video right now, I would probably leave it maybe 2 minutes more, but it's actually pretty dry. Yeah, we're good. So there is that piece there. Now I am going to add, because we're all shimmery with our paper, I just had to add some added shimmer with our pool party. This is our shimmer ribbon. Okay, that seems fitting. And I'm just going to cut a little piece, just because it all blends so beautifully. And I'm going to get out blue dot here. And we're just going to add this across the back, just because I like to add a little something, something. And then we're also going to get out our glimmer enamel dots, because we have those in the Coastal Cabana too. So I had to use those up because they're just so pretty. Now let me get some more dimensions here. All right, so we're popping up our fish. So this is, I love doing this technique, even if it wasn't watercolor wash. I find that highlighting a certain image on your card by cutting it out and then popping it up within the picture is very, very effective. So for this one, and then you can add a little layer in behind, some beautiful designer series paper or an embellishment like ribbon, and it really does add not only depth and dimension to it, but it makes it a nice focal point for our big fish there and our little sediment that's on there. Okay, now let's bring in, we're not done yet. We have to bring in, where are you? I'm hoping they are right here, my shimmer. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Okay, had to use some of these beautiful glimmer enamel dots too. So we're going to use a couple of those just because we can. And again, shimmer, shimmer, and shimmer paper all adds to the beautiful effect. So there you have it. There is my watercolor card using the All the Good Things with lots of shimmer in it, using markers, because you can order sets of color families in the markers, as well as you can order the whole kit. In fact, if you place a $60 order through me using a current host code that I've got, your name goes on my In It to Win It board, and then you actually win a full set of Stampin' Right markers. So if you want to get in on that draw, I do believe it is one of the choices, is the full set of Stampin' Right markers, or the large letter dies is the other option, as well as a $75 just gift certificate to use for whatever you want, whether it's class if you're local or product if you're not. So or if you are, you can use it for product as well. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that watercolor wash card and those beautiful koi fish, and I hope you try this out. Pop it up, do some watercolor, and you know, have a look at the other stamps that you've got as well, because I'm sure there is some, like Lovely as a Tree, that would look, well, lovely. It would look beautiful across here. Okay, so have a great day, and I'm on a roll, so I'm going to be doing a couple more videos for you guys. I'm going through all of those cards that we did at the summer barbecues, so if you weren't able to make it, you can subscribe and you won't miss any of the cards. And if you were able to make it, then I tell you, this is like memory lane for you guys, because you did it not too long ago. Okay, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye for now.